Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello friends and welcome to Good Games for Bad Gamers. As usual, I'm the Bad Gamer tackling the good games from our childhood and beyond. One day I'll get to the beyond part, but for now I'm tackling all these nostalgic gems from our childhood. Today's episode is the classic 1985 Super Mario Bros. This was the game that started it all for the NES. It came packed with the system along with Duck Hunt with the Light Blaster, unless you got the super expensive one with Rob the Robot and the Geodes and all that stuff. But anyway, let's tackle this game and see how far we can get. Okay, one player. World 1-1 times 3 guys. Let's go. Now, I have to admit this is a game that I play somewhat regularly. Of course, with Mario Maker for the Wii U, you get a little crash course in the 2D Mario down the pipe. And I'll tell you what, growing up with Atari and ColecoVision and television, those type of systems, when Family Friend was the first to get the NES, and it was mind-blowing. I mean, it was unnerving because of its kind of weird game. If you really think about it, it is a weird game. But at the time I was 9, well, I think the system came out in 86 here in North America, so I was 10 at the time probably. It was unnerving, it's weird. The fact of it not having any boundaries, like a lot of Atari games. I mean, there were some standout platform type of games, like for the ColecoVision, one of them was the Smurfs game, which I think was, in my opinion anyway, in my history, one of the very first platformers. Oh, I really messed that up to get to the warp zone. But this, I mean, it just blew my mind, this game. And the fact that you can get fireballs and you can actually attack the bad guys, and some of the bad guys could do stuff like the turtles. And of course, when the warp zones were first found, that was really revolutionary. Now, do I do a warp zone or not? Maybe I'll just play the game as it was intended this time around, and next time when we play it, I'll go the warp zone route. But don't be discouraged, everybody. I still do suck at this, so just give it time. But I have found that 2D platformers are my downfall. I'm not patient, I run into trouble, but the 3D versions of the Mario games, I'm not too shabby at. Like, one of my favorites is Mario in 3D World for the Wii U. With the cat suits, I just thought that was really awesome. And it had some really neat game mechanics to it. But the cat suits were pretty awesome. I mean, I love a lot of the suits. The Tanuki suit from Mario 3. I can't even remember the last time I did this because I always go the warp route. Oh, fudge sickles. Oh, here we go. Here we go, like I said, impatient. In this color palette, I mean, Mario really changed. From Donkey Kong to the original Mario Brothers to this. Oh, fudge. Ah! Jumped on his head. Doesn't that count? Yeah. Oh. Come on. I can hit that with my hand. Not his head, his hand. That's kind of weird. Is there anything? I don't even remember that. You jerk. Seeing what the run time of this video is so far. Okay. Okay, let's try it again. God, I love the classic music, man. And like I said, don't worry, people, I do suck at this. As we just saw. Oh, missed the warp pipe. Oh well. I have to say I like in newer versions, when you get a power-up, you lose it when you get hit. You don't automatically shrink back down to Mini Mario. So that helps. And 9 coins. Man, the newer games, it's like 5 seconds in, you have 99 coins. Like, that's the appeal of the game. Get the coins. Which it's great to get 1-ups. Also, in the newer ones, they have hidden coins and things like that. And I get really hung up when trying to get all those. And it's like, I know I can beat a level, but I need to get all the coins. So I kind of get bogged down in that little completionist part of my brain. But I have all the Mario games for the NES on the online library, so I will be tackling them all eventually. They even have the original Mario 2 from Japan that apparently they didn't think American audiences would respond to. And to be honest, I mean, it's exactly the same game, harder with new little things to screw you in it, like poison mushrooms and stuff. So I could see people probably getting turned off by it. Now, very unpopular opinion, but I'm a fan of Mario 2, the Toki Toki Panic or whatever it is game. I mean, I remember when it came out, I was in middle school, and being in the lunchroom with my Nintendo Power with the claymation cover of Mario and looking at the screenshots before it came out and being like mesmerized by it because it looked so different. And I think that's what we needed for it to be a popular franchise. I mean, just imagine if we did get that Japanese sequel. People might have been turned off. So I think Nintendo made the right choice. I mean, a lot of people, I think, don't like that version because of its history, but it's a solid game. It is completely different than any other Mario game, and it had really neat, dynamic to it. Really cool bad guys. I think I got ripped off there. But it was just different enough to get people on board, to get them excited. See ya! And like I said, I can remember being in the lunchroom in middle school, that Nintendo Power. If I'm not mistaken, that was the very first Nintendo Power, where you got, I think it was like a free subscription through a mailer in games. And of course I didn't buy many games, but I think the family friend I was talking about that got Nintendo first, I think he had extra ones and gave me one. I could be completely remembering that wrong, but I can remember, I mean, I don't think my parents would have paid for a subscription. I mean, my parents hardly paid for anything in my childhood. Like, a lot of the games I did get, I saved up for, or used my allowance to rent. Why? I was hitting the button, jerk. Used my allowance to rent the games from the local mom and pop video store. And so it begins. One life left. But I rented Mario 2. I never owned it, but I rented it. Get away, Koopa. Like most games. I mean, it's a game I won't be able to play here until I get my Nintendo system HDMI compatible some way, shape, or form to tape it. But one of the very first games I bought for myself through saving money was Rambo. And I mean, that's a garbage fire people talk about to this day, but I loved every second of it. And it was weird as heck. You fought stuff that Rambo never fought in the movies, like jaguars and giant spiders and bats and stuff, but I mean, that that has a big I have big love for that game, for the nostalgia of it being one of the first that I bought. Oh, lame. Now, by the time Genesis came around, and I got that, which hoping soon I'll be diving into some of those games as well. But I remember when I finally did get a Genesis, it was out for a little bit beforehand, and there were so many games on clearance already. And those cheap games I have such fond memories for. I mean, probably people count them as some of the worst games ever made, but I love them. And they were so super discounted that one summer I saved every little bit of money I could. I sold my original Nintendo and all the games, unfortunately, to help fund my Genesis endeavor. But I would love to find those games again, and I probably could at a video game store. We have a couple vintage stores around town. But again, I gotta get my Genesis HDMI compatible as well so I could tape it. But I'm hoping to get a Genesis collection for the Switch or the PlayStation, and then I'll be able to play games on that, some classic ones that were in the arcade and for the Genesis system. You hit my feet. Hit you cheaps. No! Not without my mushroom! I mean, this kind of stuff unnerved me as a kid, like an endless bridge? Well, what's underneath it? I mean, water, I guess, because there's fish, but you never see it. Oh my goodness. I'll take that 100 points. As I stumble into the flag. Check the run time here. Yeah, that's a good place to stop. This has been Good Games for Bad Gamers. I'm the Bad Gamer, as you can see. This has been Super Mario Brothers, and I was defeated, rightfully so. So, until next time, maybe we'll tackle it again. After I go through some of the other games in the series, we'll go back to this one. But, thank you for watching. Keep being rad, stay dorky, and I'll catch you next time.